Now let's look at running the regression and generating accuracy measures using the library Caret. And it's useful to practice Caret because Caret has not just regression, but it has a whole suite of all the data mining methods. So it is important for us to get used to using Caret. So in Caret, first we have to do the training. Okay, so we've already set up Caret earlier. So let's say that we want to save the results. The syntax is about the same as what we have seen, but there are some slight differences. Okay, so now we want um, in Caret we start with train. Okay, and then we will okay, specify what method to use. Okay, so train, and then the first thing to do is to provide um, the data. Okay, so we want to provide the list of predictors. So x equal to, so we want train.df all the rows, and we want the column. So let's look at train. So we want third one is your y value, but we want only x's. So we want 4, 7 is kilometers, and 9 is HP. So 4, 7, and 9. Those are the ones that we want. 4, 7, and 9. Okay, so that's the first parameter x, and then we specify what the y should be. Y is your target, right? Y is train.df price. Okay, so say price. So now we have given what x should be and what y should be, and then we specify method. Okay, so there is a lot more to the train function than just these three, but we'll start with these three and we will look at more options later on. And the method here is linear model. Okay, linear model is regression. Okay, I have an error right here. Okay, then I have to remove that. So train, since there are multiple columns, I need to specify comma and then that. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, so now we have reg.cr, and again the results of the regression are saved as a list, and it is all the results that we saw previously, they are available here as well, but the names are slightly different. Okay, so we need to be careful with that. I'll show you. Now we want the predicted values. So predicted value, and we'll put preds.cr for Caret, right? And then for training, so that should be available in reg.cr, and it is in final model. So fit, in the previous case we saw fitted values, right? That would be the y hat, but here it is saved under final model. Okay, put another $sign, and you see there is residuals right there and fitted values right here. So we do fitted values, and then we do predicted.cr.validate. Now this we have to compute. And once again we use the predict function for this, and now this time we're going to use reg.cr as the list where the model information is saved, and then new data is valid.df, okay, all rows of the same columns 4, 7, 9. Okay, so now we run these two lines. So now we have the predicted values. Okay, now after that it is like before. Evaluating performance, get the table 5.1. So we have accuracy for TR, accuracy, predicted values, and then the actual value, train dot df price. So we did this previously. Actually, we can copy paste from here, right? So let's go ahead and do that and make the changes that we need. And okay, now we'll add CR to differentiate between what we had previously. Okay, so this should be CR, all right, and then we transpose, so that'll be ACC-CR all. So we'll do CR and CR. Yeah. Okay, and then we change the names to that, and then we do CR. Okay. Let's print both side by side, or on one after the other, so we can see. So accuracy that we had previously and the accuracy that we have now. So let's go ahead and run that part of the code, and here are the results. And you see, of course, it's exactly the same. So this one is from the Caret function, okay, module. Okay, so now this is from the LM that we ran previously. And to plot the residuals, the histogram and box plot, we already did that right here. So I'm going to just copy paste this and make the necessary changes so we can generate the plots for the output of Caret, which is going to be exactly the same. So this is just a repeat. So residuals dot CR. Okay, so now we have to see reg.cr, right? So where is the residuals? Remember, it's not in the first dollar sign itself. You have to look at the final model, and then inside the final model we have residuals. Okay. Now for CR for validate, so here we have validate CR, I'm sorry, valid DF price. Okay, so that's the same, pred dot CR dot VL. So that will generate the two residuals we want. Okay, once the residuals are there, then all we have to do is to change that to that. Okay, so make sure that the dots are in the right place, and then you run that. So we get the two histograms. Okay, so then we have the box plots. Should have the box plot.